Tonight we sing some of the most beautiful Christmas carols anywhere. O come, Emmanuel, away in a manger, hark the herald angels sing. We sing these beautiful Christmas carols and read the Christmas classic text from the Gospel of Luke. In those days a decree went out from Emperor Augustus that all the world should be registered. And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to him. Well, you know the story. You know it by heart. And then we sing some more of the beautiful Christmas carols. What child is this? Angels we have heard on high. And finally, Silent Night. And your heart is captured, caught up in the rapture of warm peace, surrounded by a mantle of hope. And then you add the smiles and joy and anticipation of the children all around you, and all your own fond memories of Christmas past. This Christmas Eve celebration is a beautiful, peaceful, and hope-filled time. Thank God that we have these beautiful and peace-filled moments and events to warm our hearts and our memories. And yet this perfect production of the most wonderful Christmas, this beautiful, warm depiction of the birth of Jesus, this sentimental night of carols, these will not sustain you, no matter how blissful the moment. Eventually, to truly sustain your spirit, eventually to truly nurture your life with the powerful presence of the eternal God, eventually you have to get underneath the pretty wrapping. You must get underneath the flowery texture and sugary taste that you and I enjoy so much about this season. Eventually, to truly find Jesus and to truly see this Son of God born in the midst of humanity, you must look at the truly human struggle that Jesus was born into. As an unwed mother in first century Israel, Mary's life hung in the balance. That Joseph was so gracious to marry her in spite of her pregnancy. He had to overlook some very serious religious laws and customs, not to mention his own personal feelings. Eventually, to truly find Jesus and to truly see this Son of God born in the midst of humanity, you must feel the scary circumstances of a couple who have gone into a foreign, crowded town, having Mary's baby in the back corner of some smelly barn. Yes, there were the amazing pronouncements by the glorious angels in heaven, but they didn't stick around long to deal with the muck and the vulnerability of being alone in a distant, crowded town and the long, rough journey home. Yes, this Jesus is the Son of God, but he is also a poor carpenter's son. And soon one of the most powerful rulers around is going to try and kill him. And so, as people of faith, we enjoy the beautiful serenade of voices, the serenade of choirs and angels and the congregation that surrounds us. But at the same time, you know that there is something deeper going on here. The power of God has entered into the world in a very tangible and personal way. This baby Jesus soon becomes the man who will wield the very power of God. And for a moment, that gives you pause, because the wielding of power in this world is not always a happy or hopeful thing. But in the hands of Jesus, this power of God sustains and nurtures. In the hands of Jesus, this power of God comes down into the midst of our everyday world and our everyday lives, into our real life struggles. Jesus brings hope into the most hopeless of circumstances. In the hands of Jesus, this power of God can work in you, bringing healing and hope and guidance wherever you most need it, whether it is in the midst of your marriage, or in the midst of your job, or simply trying to rediscover the passion and wonder of this life that God has given you. And this little baby Jesus brings with him the real, immediate power of God. The angels sing praises to, the power to overcome sin and death, to transform your heart, to transform your life, to transform your family and even your world with love, with grace and mercy and understanding, to inspire in you a life of wonder and praise and joy that touches the very core of your being. That is what this little baby brings to you tonight and every single day. Amen.